Hi guys, today I have a video for you in my Tier 9 French destroyer that Mogador, I'm horrible. Now, as you can see, we're on usually what is played in a mid-tier, 7s, 8s. 9s don't see this map very often, and this is all Tier 9s. This map is kind of small for Tier 9s. So, I mean, this makes this even more rare that it's 9s and it's all tier 9s. But my initial line of thinking is to set up at the edge of the island at F6 on the D side. There's 4 DDs in this game. I could cap, but it's not wise to cap at the start of the game because I don't have smoke. But I can get close to support our Fletcher. The guy who has better concealment, who does have smoke, who also is going to hopefully position up by the island to give him an escape route, limit the avenue of torpedoes sent up against him. Playing this like a cruiser at the start of the game. Now, the one thing about the French DDs is they're great ambushers. They're also very good ships at finishing off low health ships. As you can see by the title, KSing is a kill stealing or kill securing. In my opinion, if you've been shooting at it and you're missing and then your shells that finally connect, kill it. All you're doing is kill securing. If you're shooting actively at a ship and somebody else puts them low and you're the one who gets it, you're kill securing. If you're holding your shot and waiting for him to get low, then you're kill stealing. In my personal opinion, while kill stealing may upset me, I don't care. Just kill the guy so everybody can move on. Now I'm going to send my torpedoes and just in that direction, just in case the DD wants, if there's a DD that is coming through the mid or cutting back in through that little avenue. I really don't have any hopes that these are going to hit anything. More or less, maybe possibly scare something. Now, I take the shot to see if I get spotted. And of course I do, and I get spotted by what I believe is the cruiser. So I move forward a little bit, and I get undetected. So that tells me that it was definitely the cruiser. Now, the reason why I knew it was a cruiser from the start was our Fletcher was getting the cap, and now he is not. So I'm just slowly backing up because I think possibly there could be a DD 7-8 line because of the torpedoes that's sent against them. Now, initially, I'm thinking, wow, man, that's Seattle. Really got up over there, and the reason I think this is the Seattle is because our Fletcher's in smoke. I don't know why the guy's in smoke. Got on cap. I don't think anybody spotted him, but he smoked up and told everybody, hey, I'm over here, and that is through a smoke. Now, of course, by just moving over this way a little bit, I start thinking, I wonder if it's a DD. Like, what was actually hydroing me? I don't think it's the Seattle. The Georgia, definitely not. But the Georgia's taking up an interesting position. He's going in a channel. Then I get spotted. Like, okay, it's definitely got to be the destroyer that hydroed me because I am detected, and it's definitely not the Seattle. So it's got to be him. Well, he's got no torpedoes. Torpedoes were sent, so we know there are 2 destroyers in this area. And there is the freeze land. Now, I don't have all of my guns to bear because I still want to be able to pull straight forward. Now, I pop my reload booster and I start, just unloading on this guy. Now, I'm going to get all of my guns to bear, shoot at his last known position as I secure that enemy DD. There is the Benham, who's also on cap, and I'm thinking, okay, maybe this Georgia's going to push out. Let me get in a position to torpedo this guy, but I want to do it going in reverse because I want to be able to haul ass forward. Now I'm going to wait until I'm a little bit straighter to pop my speed boost. Now I do not know why the Friesland pushed so aggressively onto a cap. You don't have torpedoes. You know there's a DD there. Hell, I bet you our Seattle was spotted. You definitely know I was there. So you definitely knew the Fletcher had support. And you pushed that aggressive trying to get the Fletcher, and unfortunately it cost you your ship. He should have just supported the Benningham and wait for his Seattle to radar the Fletcher, because he should have been able, the Seattle should have been able to do it very safely from behind the island where he's at. But now instead they're down a destroyer. They could be setting fires, that could be supporting the other DDs, that could be sitting at the edge of the caps, denying them. Now I do believe these are the Fletcher torps, which is why I didn't bother to really turn as they were, because
torpedoes to starboard.
I knew I knew the other DD would be torping the battleship. What would you be doing? Torping the battleship. Now I get detected and I'm thinking, oh, it's the Georgia. I'm like, there's no way. Oh, great, it's the John Bart. Now I'm sending torps against him. I'm hitting W because I want to get out of Dodge. There goes more Benningham torps. But this is what I mean. This is why I reversed into the cap. 2 fires, going to put it out because I don't have an overpower heal. And this is some of the reason why I take concealment. I was able to break concealment earlier because of my detectability being at some 0.1 instead of what it is normally. I get 1 torp hit on the Jean Bart, but I see the Georgia pushing this corner and our Iowa broadside to this guy, and I believe he's already taken 1 massive hit. And I'm thinking, well, I'll get the other set of torps on play as I notice the Fletcher. I don't exactly want to push the Fletcher with the Georgia there. I don't want to deal with the Georgia's secondary. So really what I'm doing is playing overly cautious. I was going to come up around behind this island, but I decided against that. I'm trying to really do too much at this point. Support the Fletcher, support our Jean Bart, make sure nothing comes up behind this guy. My torpedoes reload very quickly, which, it kind of stalled my initial game plan. I've just come up around behind it as the Italian cruiser drops his sea mines. But because of that delay, I do have all of my torpedoes back. Like I said, this Georgia took up an interesting position. It's one of those positions that it's either you're rewarded for playing it because everybody can push up, everybody's pushing up into you, or you're just kind of there just doing nothing. Now, I pop my reload booster because I want this guy dead as fast as possible. And I slow down and stop right here. Don't know the George's intentions. I'm sure he'll probably slow down at this point because he knows I'm right here. But the reason I slow down is there's no way the Fletcher could have torped me. If you were about to die during this situation, what would you be doing? Logic dictates that you'd be trying to torp our battleship. So all I gotta do is just wait a little bit, let these torps go by in case I'm not detecting them or spotting them. Also reverse in case this Georgia comes flying out of here, going full steam. Now, unfortunately, the Georgia's not spotted. Kind of wish somebody would just have put up a plane, but luckily our radar was in range of the Georgia. And here we go. This guy's reversing yet again. Now, As I'm about to make the move, the Alsace is coming through. The Jean Bart can make a play. So, I mean, this George is in like a real predicament. Like, what is he going to do? As our Buckingham that got A is now coming through to make a play. This Georgia has a lot of bad things happening, and this is what I mean by you can be rewarded if your team is going to support you, but you're left here to die now. Your only hope is that somebody pushes out broadside in front of you for you to blast. Now, lovely for bug replays is I do believe the Georgia shot HE at me. I'm going to repair all that stuff because I want to get out of Dodge. You know, I sent these torps with in hopes that our Jean Bart would understand that, you know, there's going to be an awful lot of torpedoes, and he doesn't have to push the corner as hard. But either way you look at it, he's going to have to push the corner broadside to the guy. Now, luckily, we were able to finish him before he could do anything to our Jean Bart. It's what I love about these. They're great ambush ships. I ambushed that guy. Now, I did it with several of my teammates, luckily, but, you know, I could have soloed it, possibly. I do have 2 sets of torpedoes. I could have taken a different approach, but I saw everything that was going on, so I'm like, okay, this is all I got to do. Either I get him or the Buckingham gets him, and God forbid neither one of us gets him. This Jean Bart should be able to finish him. Now, I'm using the Buckingham's smoke because, well, I don't have access to smoke. And, you know what, I have some fairly long range in this. 14 kilometers. I know this is 14.8, but usually at the 0.8 is when you're going to start missing, as I prioritize the Seattle over damage farming the Frederick. The reason for that is get rid of the radar. The radar is going to make our Buckingham's life easier and allow him to do more aggressive plays. Now it's time to damage farm on the Frederick. That's the other reason I popped my reload boost. That guy was extremely low health, so I was able to finish him off quickly. You could call it kill stealing, but you know what? It was going to take more than one salvo from my guns to kill that guy, and I don't know who else had shots on him. You gotta finish kills, guys. Take the guns out of the game. I may not have the best damage right now, but I'm taking guns out of the game as I get a Kraken Unleashed with 46k. Now, I'm keeping my HE loaded because I want to see if I can get a fire on this guy, pull out a DCP, and then I will switch to AP. Fired off my last gun, get all of my guns back onto the same cycle, as those just go way over because I failed to see he was actually angled in a little bit, but it's still broadside enough to where my AP can do some damage. There's a nice 2300. Buckingham smoke is ending, and I see our Jean Bart pushing out. I notice all the secondaries from the enemy Jean Bart. So what I do is I play mind games. Don't have the guy selected. Select the guy, and then I'm going to start shooting at him. I'm going to pop my reload boost because, you know what, hey, or why not? You know, bringing those home or is just a waste of time. But I figured I could take a few of these secondary shots for, the hiccups. Sorry for that. I figured I could take some secondary damage for our Jean Bart to hopefully keep this guy alive. But you know what? I don't know why the guy turned broadside. Maybe he was fearful of my torpedoes as the Buckingham manages to finish off our Jean Bart. But I don't continually shoot the Buckingham because I'm not exactly sure where he is. You get on cap, there's no ways to smoke. The guy's already left. Spoiler alert, guys, with these amount of points, and we're going to get the decap. The enemy is not going to win it, especially with the DD being the last ship. We do not get him. So now we're just pretty much going to look at the post-battle results as I eat one torpedo because I was hungry. And I do hope you guys take something away from this, that, you know what, you don't always have to do the big damage. You need to help out your team secure the kills. Finish the kills. Kill low health ships. Think about it. That Benahan, or the Friesland at the beginning of the game, we killed him. Seattle didn't have to use radar. Nobody had to push that guy. Nobody had to drop set of torps on that guy. No, we killed that guy, saving possibly consumable and shots from other ships from that guy, so everybody could focus on something else and get that killed. Now, while I may not have gotten the most damage or the highest score, I still feel like I helped my team out immensely. And you should never be ashamed of helping the team out and bringing home the win. Even if you're middle of the pack, even if you're close to bottom, unless you're like AFK and literally did nothing or are sub 300 EXP, always be proud of what you do. But always be thinking there could be more to do. I played this very passively, and I probably could have gotten more damage if I was a little bit more aggressive. But I didn't. I hope you guys did enjoy this replay. I do hope you take something away from this. I do appreciate all the support you guys do give me. I apologize for the lack of content. Real life again. Please remember to compliment good teamwork, good team play. We are quick to report, slow to compliment. Please hit that like and subscribe button and have yourselves one heck of a great day.